Just like after the winter season, when the first crack appears on the frozen snow due to the warm sunlight of summer, it signals the beginning of a new season. Similarly, the invitation from Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney to Prime Minister Modi for the G7 summit has worked to melt the frozen political ice between India and Canada. Despite several diplomatic tensions, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the 51st G7 summit to be held from June 15 to 17, 2025 in Kananaskis, Alberta, Canada. This invitation is not merely a formality but an acknowledgement of India's global strength, its economy, and its role on international platforms. This decision has brought a new warmth to the relations between the two countries, and the whole world's attention is now focused on this historic invitation. Now, the real question is, why was India invited to the G7? The first reason is India's economy. According to the latest figures from the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, India is now the world's fourth largest economy with a GDP nearing $4.4 trillion in 2024. India is now the most populous country in the world with a population of over 1.46 billion. 68% of India's population is working and 65% of the population is under 35. This youthful demographic is making India the global economic engine. India's role in global supply chains has become so significant that countries like France, the UK, and the USA are continuously strengthening defense, technology, and economic partnerships with India. This is why the other 6 G7 countries pressured Canada to ensure that India must be at the table. Canadian Prime Minister Carney has also stated that without India, global strategic decisions would be incomplete, as India is not only the world's largest population and the fifth largest economy, but also at the center of the supply chain. This invitation comes at a time when relations between the two countries had become highly strained after the killing of the pro-Khalistan activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in 2023. Both countries had expelled each other's diplomats, acquisitions were exchanged, and 4 Indian citizens were arrested. Despite these challenges, both nations have now taken the initiative to thaw the ice and have agreed to continue law enforcement dialogue. As for India's relationship with the G7, India has been invited to the G7 summit continuously since 2019. Prime Minister Modi has participated in the G7 summits of 2019, 2021, 2022, 2023 and 2024, and 2025 will mark his 6th participation. India's participation not only increases the relevance of the G7 but also brings diversity and inclusivity to solving global problems. India's presence is becoming an inspiration for the global south as India is also bringing their voices to these platforms. So what exactly is the G7? The G7 or Group of 7 is an informal group of the world's 7 most developed and industrialized countries: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The European Union also participates at a high level in the G7 meetings but cannot host them. The G7 was founded in 1975 during the global oil crisis and economic instability when 6 countries, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States, formed the Group of 6. After Canada joined in 1967, it became the G7. The G7 does not have permanent headquarters or secretariat, and its presidency rotates among member countries each year. In 2025, the presidency will be held by Canada. The global impact of G7 is extremely wide. According to the IMF and World Bank, the G7 countries collectively hold about 44% nominal and around 30% based on PPP of the world's total GDP, while their total population is about 780 million, which is about 10% of the world's population. The G7's agenda includes issues like economic governance, international security, energy policy, climate change, digital transformation, and artificial intelligence. After every summit, a joint declaration is issued setting out shared policy priorities and plans to address global challenges. Membership of the G7 is limited and permanent. It does not expand. Countries like India, though large and emerging, cannot have a permanent membership, but due to their growing global role, they are continually invited. India's economy, population, and strategic importance have made it an essential part of the G7 discussions today. This is why India's presence at the summit is seen as a thaw in frozen politics of global discussions, an indication that major global policies can no longer be decided without India. So after the discussion, let's note today's question. Discuss the relationship improvement between India and Canada in the context of India's participation in the G7 summit.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.